this is, oh, honey, now you drive me crazy. If this is sweet heaven, then bury me, baby. Oh, won't you come on over here, my darling, and tell me how you feel. Yeah, won't you whisper in my ear, sweet thing, is your love real? Well, it's an old-fashioned long-lasting, is it forever? Can I keep the train of love on track? In the rain, through the paperwork, so better. Oh, baby, do you love me? Or do you love me like that?
Oh, baby, do you love me like that? If I gave you my heart, would you give it right back? Forever and always, you will have my back. Baby, do you love me?
Hold the lovers now, baby. They got it together. Well, they must know something about hanging on in stormy weather. Yeah, hand in hand, they're walking in the sunshine or under clouds. Oh, can't you understand this heart of mine? It's got to know right now.
Baby, do you love me?
Well, it's an old-fashioned long-lasting. Is it forever? Can I keep the train of love on track? In the rain, through the paperwork, so better. Oh, baby.
Do you love me?
Is it old-fashioned long-lasting? Is it forever? Can we keep the train of love on track? In the rain, through the paperwork, so better. Oh, baby, do you love me? Or do you love me like that?
Do you love me like that?
Do you love me like that?
Baby, do you love me like that?
Oh, do you love me like that?
Will you always have my back?
Do you love me like that?
Oh, thank you very much, Keenan and Wayne Warner. Do you love me like that? Great family, musical family in Vermont. They were on the show yesterday, and Keenan and Kyle, his brothers, got a brand new hot podcast. So I'm just going to feature it here on the Who Magoo on the speaker side. Roll that, open with that song, and I'll end with God Bless the Children with Wayne and Keenan playing live. So the edition I have for you, everybody, is called the Brady Watch. Now, you can catch these guys on Warner Brothas, as in Brothas, Warner Brothas podcast. They're on buzzspot.com. So we're going to be replaying some of their great shows. They got some great lineups, cool ideas, breakfast cereal, sports, Michael Jordan. Enough of me. Let's get to them. Kyle and Keenan, the Warner Brothers on the Who Magoo. Thank you.
What do you think the best track on No Ceilings is?
Run This Town.
Run This Town's your favorite?
Yeah. Colder than BR, add another 3 R's.
That is one of the better ones. I don't think it's my favorite. My favorite probably, I don't know. Singles underrated.
I also like I Got No Ceilings, not to be mistaken.
Yeah, that one's kind
No
of underrated
Ceilings.
too, yeah. Yeah, that is confusing. They do have No Ceilings and I Got No Ceilings on that. No Ceilings featuring Birdman.
Yeah.
Right? That one?
Yeah. Shout out to Luke Gosselin. His favorite's Easily Wasted.
That might be my favorite. It's between that, Swag Surfing.
Ice Cream Solid.
Yeah, Ice Cream Paint Job, yeah. We might have to have a Lil Wayne mixtape discussion one of these episodes. What's up, everybody? Warner Brothers are back. I'm Kyle, joined by my brother Keenan. Free agency pretty much officially started today in the NFL.
Yeah.
And the main topic here, of course, is, as always, two diehard Patriots fans. It's going to be Tom Brady today. First, before we get to Tom Brady, some big deals, mainly headlined by the DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson. DeAndre Hopkins going to the Arizona Cardinals for David Johnson coming to the Houston Texans. Came out of nowhere to me.
I instantly FaceTime Austin, and then Ira called me like maybe 5 minutes after. I was in shock. I think the Cardinals won the trade, unless the second-round pick that the Texans got is borderline great Hall of Fame. Like, Deshaun Watson has Will Fuller and Kenny Stills to throw to. He doesn't have the best receiver in football, arguably. Top 2. But I did not know what the Texans are doing. And Bill O'Brien, I don't know if you know, but Bill O'Brien right now is their GM. Mm-hmm. So he signed off on that one.
Yeah, it sounds like he had trouble with DeAndre in the locker room. Same with Jadeveon Clowney. Mm-hmm. That was the antithesis of both trades. Or the origin of both trades, I should say. But yeah, I was surprised by the deal. It feels like I wasn't surprised by the deal. I was surprised by that particular deal, but it seems like more of these blockbuster trades are happening in the NFL.
Yeah.
More like the NBA than there was in previous years, which is kind of cool.
I enjoy it.
The NBA gets a little, you're so numb to it now, but the NBA was always, even in the 90s and 2000s, there were still at least blockbuster trades. Football, if you got a star, usually you have him either his whole career or he just leaves a free agency and then, he has a second team. That's his second part of his career. Not many 4 or 5 team stars in the NFL. Maybe that's more of a trend. I don't think we see DeAndre getting traded again like that, but we're going to see more players of his caliber throughout the season and the coming seasons getting traded, especially with this new CBA, which is interesting. That's also big news. I don't have the full details of the CBA in front of me. The main ones that we will hear about that'll matter to the consumer are the 17 regular season games.
Yes.
Which, I don't really know how that works out with home and away. You had 8 home, 8 away. Now you have that extra game.
Probably alternate on years, I'm assuming.
Possibly. And then the 2 teams added to the NFL postseason. So now there will only be a first round bye for the number 1 seed in each conference. So that should be interesting. I'm not the most favorable about this change. I mean, it'll be good. There'll be years where we'll love it because there will be, more loaded seasons than
Right now in the NFC, you'll like it. In the AFC, it will kind of be unneeded. Like, as of right now. Just because there's so many good teams in the NFC that you'll get a 10-win team that actually gets in instead of being snubbed. And then you'll get in the AFC and probably another 8-8 team.
Yeah, I think most years it'll be a waste. I think it was perfect the way they had it with the 16-game schedule. The playoffs were as close to perfect as you could get, in my opinion. But one thing I'm not going to complain about is 3 football games on a wild card weekend on Saturday and 3 wild card games on Sunday. That'll be
more football's fine with me. I'm looking forward to that.
More football's fine with me. More quality football. That'll be the discussion. Will it be quality football? That will be remain to be seen. Especially, it doesn't seem like there's going to be an added bye week. So I feel like this will be tough for the players. I'm honestly surprised the players voted for it. It was basically 50-50 if you saw the final count.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my feelings. But how do you feel about it?
I think it's interesting. I was going to say the players got 10 more million this year, and then it's going to be going up by percentages for the next few years. So they're going to be getting, obviously, as the football goes on and years go on, they'll be growing money-wise. 17 games, as I've talked to other people about, I like the 17 games, and then the playoffs, I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. It could be cool in some years, and then other years it could be eh. So, I love it, don't hate it, and I'm going to have to see how it plays out. That's
basically how I feel. And transitioning to that CBA to, in a roundabout way, the NBA CBA, which it's not really, but the NBA came out and said they want to resume the season. And if they were to resume the season, it would be between the months of June and August.
Yeah.
Ideally starting the playoffs in June. They end in August. That'd be after a 3-month break, which is basically an NBA offseason.
Yeah.
Right? Because they would end a little less than an NBA offseason, but
NBA, I was going to say, the NBA goes usually from 3rd week in June to 2nd to last week or last week in October, all depending on the year. So about 4 months off.
it'll be, these guys are going to come in ideally quarantined, right? So they're not even going to be around their teams. So they're going to come in with however many practices, with however many people. Who knows? Who knows what the landscape's going to look like then? So come in June, have light practices, and then jump in immediately to postseason basketball. That seems crazy to me.
It'll be interesting. Chemistry-wise, so we were talking about last night. Chemistry-wise will be interesting because teams obviously were playing with each other before, and hopefully they can keep getting that rhythm that they had. But we were talking about last night. I don't think there's any big ones, but people coming back from injury. And I was talking about how the Warriors would have been dangerous if Clay would have came back if they were the 8 seed.
And the Nets will be dangerous if they get Kyrie and Kevin Durant back.
Yeah, and very much so. I would say I don't think Kevin Durant will come back, but definitely there's no reason why Kyrie shouldn't, but it's Kyrie, so you never know.
What was the length of his injury?
They just said out indefinitely, but that was, the NBA is out indefinitely now, so we don't really know.
True. He could come back. I don't know if it was a surgically repaired shoulder. Remains to be seen, but teams like the Raptors who are really starting to build, they went on that win streak. Mm-hmm. Almost secured that 2 seed, it looked like, from the Celtics. They're one of those teams that they don't have Kawhi like last year, but they still have 95% of their team.
Yep.
And they would have been interesting to see how they're going to get knocked out. That's a team that I think is going to be at a disadvantage now with this mini lockout. You know what I mean? A team like that was really building, and then all of a sudden, boom. So, it's shitty for everybody, but, if you go to LeBron James and Anthony Davis or Kawhi and Paul George, et cetera, a little bit easier.
Talent will more prevail now because the chemistry will be lost a little bit.
Yeah. Chemistry will be lost.
And so
who knows who's going to come back in shape and out of shape. It'll be interesting. Another thing I saw that players voted on today, which is interesting to say the least, is no drug testing during the window, which
I saw that.
Whatever for like marijuana or whatever, but for PEDs, that's crazy to me. So who knows? Like literally, who knows what these players might be doing on their off time?
Don't know.
3 months by themselves. But I don't know. I'm excited. I'm gonna take these. How are you gonna take these next 3 months without basketball? What are you gonna do? Without sports, really.
I'll be pretty much fully paying attention to everything you possibly can in the NFL. Like all free agency, obviously, and then the draft that's still going on. I don't know if you saw it, but the draft's still going on, but every Vegas event going around the draft is not going on. Mm-hmm. And then probably continue to watch bowling. I don't know.
Because, the draft's a month away. Free agency will be done and over with here pretty much in a couple days.
Yeah.
I know I've already spent a lot of my non-NBA time just either watching the classic games NBA TV's been showing. I got home from work a little bit early today. They happened to be running the games. I actually watched parts of like Shaq's 61-point game on his birthday back in 2000, I believe the year was. And then, it was his MVP year. And then they played Game 7 of the repeat year when LeBron and the Heat beat the Spurs, Duncan and the Spurs. And then just finished watching a little bit of the following year when the Spurs beat the Heat in the finals. I think it was Game 5. And it's really interesting to watch without having all your thoughts of that series at the time. You know what I mean? Like, without watching it with your preconceived notions of what it is and how players look. Because it's crazy because LeBron definitely looked slimmer then. He definitely looked smoother. Absolutely.
Thinner?
Absolutely.
Because I remember LeBron at his biggest in Miami.
That's what they say, but there's no, like, he looks like a linebacker in Cleveland and LA compared to what he looked like in Miami. Just watch it. Like, he looked, I don't want to say like a baby because obviously that was more his Cleveland days, but he definitely, you can see he was definitely less wide in Miami.